Hello. I'm having a very clear message today of letting go of the need of having things being perfect, right? Um, Obviously, this is giving me Virgo energy, but you don't have to have Virgo energy. Libra can also be a little bit like this, but it's giving me with the King of Wands that it's time for action, specifically for inspire action. Um, you may already have weighed all of the options in a situation, and right now what's left for you to do is pretty much face the situation. And I feel like right now you already have a pretty clear idea of how you may want to approach something. So at this point it's just hesitation. It's time to release hesitation. With the Nine of Pentacles as well, this might be specifically tied up to your own value of, to your own sense of value and self-worth, or how much you think you are capacitated to start something. So this could very well be you thinking about starting a entrepreneurial journey, business. This could be you thinking about learning a new subject and studying, starting a channel. Like it could be like it's starting a new project, but it can also be about starting some sort of either a relationship or a commitment to something. So a journey of weight loss, for example, training and starting or practicing a new hobby. As I said that, the wind around my house, I don't know if you can hear it, just went cuckoo. But by the way, I have a few cards popped up, so let's check it out. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we also have the Nine of Wands reverse. So you're also coming to the realization that you could have had a period of time where you kind of got consumed a little bit by thoughts of persecution, like maybe paranoia. And this could have this could have been for a reason. Like you could have gone through some sort of betrayal in the recent past, and now it's almost like that period after you've been hurt that's kind of hard to open up again to people. And now I feel like you're actually coming out of that period of your time, of your life again. So that's something that could have been happening in the recent past. So you letting go of these beliefs of things going wrong, or things or people betraying you, or having ulterior motives around you, is going to open up a lot of doors. Because with the Six of Pentacles reverse, you might have been blocking a lot of blessings because you were unwilling to open up to other people. You were unwilling to share your truth, like your true thoughts, to anybody. So it was very hard to actually relate to you as a person. People couldn't pinpoint what you wanted, what you believed in, like people that recently started to get to know you. So I feel like right now you're coming into this a little bit more of like assertive, authentic energy again. Like you are more unapologetically yourself, specifically after what happened. And yeah, it's kind of like a new renewal, hermit mode. Because with the hermit here, sorry, I meant to say phoenix mode, but you needed this a long time. You needed this reflection time, and you needed also a little bit of those awkward situations that you went through when it comes to getting to know people, misjudging some people, or realizing that you were being a little bit too harsh to those around you, and you weren't putting the walls a little bit too tall to certain people. And this hermit mode, this moment of being alone for a while, has kind of enlightened you to a lot of what actually brings you joy and happiness. What are you seeking for when you're looking for these connections, and what does your success and happiness and fulfillment actually mean for you with the Six of Cups. So now that you're being like a little bit more aligned to your own, by the way, I'm seeing 999, so the number 9. could be very specific, but it's also a very individual number. It's a number that's connected to Sagittarius energy and self expansions, soul searching, growth, philosophy. So you could be being called to having more deep conversations to those with those around you. You might find out a lot of yourself through those conversations as well, and you might also find yourself being inclined to changing your mind a little bit more than you have in the past. So don't close yourself to conversations, especially when they are outside of your comfort zone. So with the Five of Cups, there's still some of that hurt about that past situation, specifically when it comes to, I'm hearing like not feeling chosen. There was a situation in which someone could have chose somebody else over you, or it could have been a situation in which someone could have had your back and they didn't, or like a very clear moment in which you were expecting a certain reaction or action from someone and it never came, and that like kind of confirmed a lot of things for you. And this could be like a very painful realization, but I feel like some of the realization in that moment, you also had like this core belief that that happened because you weren't enough, or because you didn't do something well enough, or you weren't like smart enough to choose well. You could have been blamed a lot for the situations that you would have been through by people around you, so beware of that. I'm hearing family, but also it could very well be friends. With the Hangman, you're still needing to change a little bit of the perspective of how you interpret things happening and how you interpret yourself to have handled the whole situation, because I feel like you are being a little bit too harsh on yourself still, and you're being too harsh because you're still not forgiving yourself for allowing yourself to be in the situation in the first place. But you needed to learn. Like, I feel like a little bit of that, and 7-Eleven, when I said that, a little bit of the reframing that it needs to be happening right now has to do with you understanding that there was value in going through the situation, and there was a lot of learning that now is going to be very useful and valuable for you, and you can also teach others how to take better care of themselves. Does that take away from the pain that you went through and the disappointment? Absolutely not. You are allowed to grieve, but I feel like right now you're still needing to change a little bit your mind on how you perceive yourself to be, because it's something about it, it's not fair. And I feel like by having conversations with others, I feel like that's why you're being called to have deeper, more vulnerable conversations with those that you feel safe around, because you might actually realize that for some of the people around you, you're actually an inspiration, and you have been all this time thinking, oh, I'm so embarrassed about so and so seeing me struggle in that way, whereas that person could have been like, holy shit, collective went through that, and they still like here, and they still showing up, and they still like becoming a better person and working. Like, that didn't stop you. And yeah, I feel like with the 301s, you still have a lot to go through, and a lot of, like, you still have your whole life in front of you, and there might be a lot of beliefs as well around like having lost a lot of time, or this took away from you a lot of time. And honestly, this could be detrimental to you, this experience, or it could also be a pebble on the road. Like, it can only, you make it a dead end when you choose to stop and just stay there because of that situation. But that could just be a huddle, like a pebble or a puddle on the way, that yeah, was, you might fail, you could have had scraps because of it, you could have lost some things on the way, but you get out of it and you continue, and then you found some more, and so many other stuff, right? So I feel like here, I knew the Three of Swords was gonna come up eventually. The Three of Swords, reverse, the Devil, and then Queen of Swords. So you are being called very highly to speak on your emotions, and for those of you who don't love to be like very much the having to self-disclose, then try to speak about it and take yourself out of the situation. Like, for if you're not feeling like too comfortable being like, hey, this hurt me because of this, but you should, though, even in a journal or whatever, or to yourself or to the mirror, eventually you should like acknowledge the hurt. But if you're not there yet, at least try to find a way of talking about, like, I'm hearing like injustice, like talk about how unfair certain situations can be, how it's so annoying in like a societal level, how certain things are just allowed, and like how hard it can be to ask for help in certain situations. You can talk about the frustration, about how people have met you with condescending energy because of that. Like, there's many things that you can still express without having to express the darkest part of like the most painful parts of that journey. Like, if you're not there yet to talk about what actually went, like, was the meat of the hurt, then go slower and like talk about what was annoying about it, what was surprisingly funny about the experience. What were the instances in which you were found yourself full of adrenaline and actually like saying the things that was like going on in your head? Where was there anger in some parts? Did you find yourself, did you scare yourself in some parts? Like, there are many aspects of a traumatic experience that you can talk about without going over the actual traumatics. You can talk about also how it's affecting you now, even though that happened in a while ago. I'm hearing for some 4 years ago, 2 years ago. Like, it could have happened a while ago even, and it's still haunting you in some way. You can talk about that, and it doesn't have to disclose, oh, like, it doesn't have to create this image in other people's minds that you're still like, for some of you this could be a breakup, and if it is, like, it doesn't mean you're still in love. A very public like marriage divorce situation, or like a business going wrong, or like some sort of like public social media feud, like, for some. But whatever this was, like, there's like some sort of like need or like want of like just moving on from the situation, acting like it doesn't hurt, like you don't care, and just like there's almost like there might be like, it feels like there's an audience looking at both of you and seeing like who's gonna break first, or like at least that's like kind of what your brain is saying to you. And I'm here to say it's just your brain playing tricks on you. It's a lot of also what this person could have told you about, like, you could have heard about someone saying that certain things are embarrassing, or like, okay, I have to go anyway. I just wanted to finish the message. But anyways, something about this feels very vulnerable, very like tender, like a very open wound still. Take your time with it. Talk to the people that you feel safe to. If you don't journal, pray about it. Like, there's still resources for you. And yeah, like, just allow yourself to be a human about the situation. Like, you don't have to have it together 100% of the time. It's okay, because there's also a lot of growth and a lot of self-knowledge and soul-searching that can go on through accepting the absurdity and the messiness of it all. This is Scorpio season, so you might have been seeing this for a reason. It's time for some shadow work. So I hope this worked for you. I hope this resonated, and if you like it, subscribe and like. I'm trying to show up every day, so let's see how it goes. I also do readings in Spanish, so if you are my Spanish speaking people, entonces también hago videos y trataré de nuevo hacerlo todos los días en inglés y en español. But anyway, bye bye. Thank you.